Welcome back to Burnt Popcorn. We're talking about It, Welcome to Derry, episode 3 and 4. Yeah, that's it. I like it.
Halloran's psychic abilities have been proven, but there's only so much he can do stuck on base pointing at maps, and we're running out of time. Put him in the air. Step right up. Halloran!
It won't matter what we tell them unless we can show them proof. Can you help us or not?
Welcome to Derry, episodes 3 and 4. Now you see it, and the great swirling apparatus of our planet's function. That's a mouthful. That's the name of the episodes.
Are you shitting me?
Episode 3 is Now You See It, and episode 4 is the great swirling apparatus of our planet's function.
How are you feeling about this show?
I'm liking it more, but I'm still not sold on it, if that makes sense. Like, the first 2 episodes for me were just absolute fucking mind-numbing trash. But now that we're getting closer to the clown thing, which I think they're taking way too fucking long on, everyone knows it's a clown. Everyone does. I hate it when they make the mystery of the show something the entire audience already does, because it kind of deflates the fucking mystery of the show, like the drama. So the kids are trying to figure out what this fucking thing is that's killing their friends in Derry, and they enlist the Mexican boy Ricky.
No, he's Italian.
He's Cuban.
No, he's Cuban. That's right.
He's Cuban Italian.
He's something different.
He's Al Pacino.
Yeah, he's white adjacent.
He's young Al Pacino.
Yeah.
But
Cuban reference, you man.
He has some like fucking thing that a cousin told him about, like a ritual that his brujita or whatever, which means like old witch lady, would do to summon an evil spirit. And that's what these kids think this is, some sort of evil spirit. And they go out to the cemetery to try to summon it in order to get a picture of it. And they don't actually summon it until they decide to run off, and then it goes, "Oh, I'm gonna spook you a little bit." And honestly, that cemetery scene in that episode was one of the weakest sequences I've seen so far.
I hated that, yeah, and it looked bad too. They're trying to get him on the bike in the dark and adding shit. I was like, it very green screeny, and it didn't look great.
Which is a shame, because the first 2 episodes had really great effects.
Yeah, that's why I didn't understand. It was very noticeable, because up until then the effects have been pretty spot on, and like that shit with the pickles, like that shouldn't have been looked that great, but it looked pretty. It was fucking weird.
Did you see the corridor crews like breakdown of that? They were even impressed by that the head from the pickle guy, like the hand holding the head together. They were trying to figure out how to rig something like that.
Dude, your dad's head is a Rubik's Cube.
It just elevates, like...
Whoa. Oh, wow!
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yo.
It's a TV
show.
Yeah, this looks like the movie.
Look at that. Yo.
Dude, it looked good. I was like, all right, this is a weird scene in there, like, and this pickle man all chopped into pieces is like, this part's holding this part, and he's like, give your dad a kiss. Or he's like, I don't know what the hell he was trying to do.
Yeah, he was trying to give her a kiss. Give her a kiss.
Give her a kiss. I was like, oh, God.
It was very disgusting, and it was great effects.
Yeah. So I was like, then this is like, you just see all this weird green screen shit. It was very off-putting. But this part I don't like, where these, they've heard this thing calling to them in their sink and shit like that. Like, they've all been like, visited, or the one girl saw this thing eat a bunch of people in a movie theater. Why the fuck would you go in the middle of the night, go into the graveyard? You know what I mean? A cemetery. Even for 12-year-olds, like, she just got out of the nut house. Like, her first action is to go summon an evil spirit in a graveyard with a bunch of other kids.
Well, to be fair, it's trying to kill them, and it's killed their friends. And so I could kind of believe they would do something silly like that, because that's like a very like kind of kid. Let's go to the graveyard and see if we can summon the evil spirit. Like it's not very scientific, which I think it actually works for the show that you have the contrast of like the kids' approach to figuring out this thing, and then you have the military's like organized, methodical, like scientific approach to trying to figure this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that actually kind of works. But still, the kids' side of the show is probably the weaker side. All
And
the
they're too smart. They made the one kid a little too smart. He figures out
the black kid.
yeah. Which, either one of these kids figuring this out, it was like, oh, the court in the 60s too. Oh, the
Mhm.
court. Well, no, that makes sense. Kids were actually read books more and probably were a lot more knowledgeable about things.
They
than
do set him
current
up
day.
as like a huge nerd too. So like,
Yeah,
I kind of just like, you
Yeah,
know.
it works for the show. It's just like, but then he figures out like if he wasn't talking about planets and shit like that, he's figuring out like, oh, this evil spirit, like he keeps getting your fear because he can see your cortisol levels and shit. I was like, I wish an adult figured that out, not a kid. But I
Well,
guess that they don't know about the monsters. So.
I think that he's giving a kid's science book explanation to something that is not it's not scientific. Like this thing, like I know they changed it for the show, but I'm gonna assume it's gonna go by similar rules. It's not from our dimension. It doesn't
Yeah.
follow our laws of nature. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't like the fear thing. It's not a like the kid describes it as a physiological. Like you get the cortisol and the adrenaline. Some animals like to scare their prey to like sweeten the meat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
For for Pennywise, it's psychic. Like he's feeding off the fear psychically.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's still where they're going with this.
No, yeah, that's. I like your explanation of it, but it's just like, oh, come on, a little kid says this. You can't be older than 12. But again, it works for the show, and they have shown this kid to be a super nerd.
Yeah.
It's just like, can an adult explain it like that and kind of said it to the kid, or he was talking to an adult that kind of like he was like, oh, mom, this and this happened, and she goes, well, that sounds like this animal, how an animal hunts so and so. They like the quarters, but whatever.
But
That's just a nitpick.
That's the kid of the guy who doesn't feel fear.
Yeah.
And there's a scene, I think it's in the 4th episode when they're going fishing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where they're going fishing and the dad leaves to go get a new lure, and like a zombie version of the dad pulls the kid in the water, and like the dad sees the balloon and stuff. And usually usually the parents don't see the Pennywise shit. Like, remember in the movie when like the bathroom's all covered in blood?
Oh, covered in blood, yeah, and they didn't.
And dad comes in, he doesn't see shit.
I think this is a little different. Well, one, they keep playing with what this fucking thing can do and can't do.
Yeah,
It just seems that whatever they need it to do, it can do.
Mhm.
But I think because he's actually hunting it and he actually knows a little bit more, and he's
maybe it's the act of knowing about it.
maybe because he's been explaining like, hey, there's this evil force or something in Derry that we're trying to capture. I don't know what their exact plan is. Maybe that little bit of knowledge, or maybe Pennywise just lets him see it because he knows he's coming for him. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or he wants his son to be even more afraid. I don't know. That's a good dynamic between the two the thing, because the dad doesn't get the son at all. He
Yeah.
has nothing in common. It's like a good dynamic between the two of them.
It makes sense why Holleran can see him though, because he's psychic.
Mm-hmm.
And so like and what was it, like the 2nd episode? He like sees the deadlights,
Yeah.
or the I don't know what you call it, with the stack of shit and all the people like swirled around it.
Yeah, the human tower thing, and
Yeah,
his thing.
he sees
I forget what it's
that,
called.
and he sees its eyes. And then like I don't know if it's episode 3 or 4. We're kind of talking about them at the same time because I don't really remember.
Yeah.
what
We
individual thing-
consider one, I guess.
Yeah. But there's a part where it pulls him back in, and it starts to try to like fuck with him, and it tries to like lock him into a room or something. And
Oh, that's when he's on that plane and he starts like opening
Yeah.
the door and trying to fall. Yeah. So, and he's like, for once, Pennywise is like, "Who the hell are you? How are you here?"
Mhm.
And he starts fucking with him.
Which, if the guy who couldn't feel fear was the one that was psychic, Pennywise would be fucked. Because like,
Yeah.
if you're psychic like that, like he seems to be a really powerful psychic, but just as easily as he can get into Pennywise's head, it seems like Pennywise can get into his head too. But if he was the guy without fear and had psychic powers, like he would just go into Pennywise and be like, "Fuck your shit," break him in half. And like,
Well, my thing is like, didn't that scene with him in the fishing scene show that he did have fear? Like he looked like he was afraid that his kid was
Yeah.
drowning. So
I
how
think-
does that?
I
I think
think
it's personal
not,
fear where he doesn't feel any fear of death for himself.
I don't know if it's that. I think it's that his brain literally can't produce the chemicals, and because that kid said something about the chemicals, they're probably going to go more towards that the chemicals give off like a psychic thing or something. They'll probably work that in somehow to make
Yeah.
both those answers the same answer.
I mean, I guess it's better they don't make him like a robot or anything. But it's just like, well, if you don't feel fear, you wouldn't have that reaction to your son drowning. You'd be like, it'd be stimuli. It wouldn't be, oh, I better go save my son. It's like, oh my god, my son's gonna die. It's. So I'm just saying, it's like maybe he doesn't have a fear of death, or that's not the way it works. Like if you don't feel fear at all, you're actually a liability. You know what I
To
mean?
some extent, it's like not being able to feel pain is that
Yeah,
it
yeah.
actually gets you hurt more.
It's like those kids are when they grow up with that disease where they can't feel pain, they literally chew on their lip and almost like bite it off.
Yeah. So we got the growing mystery on the side of the kids. They do the cemetery. They try to get pictures of it. And they think they get pictures of like a ghost, and they end up just getting pictures of like headstones and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But they get a picture of something in a mausoleum, and even though it doesn't look anything like a clown, they go, "It's obviously a clown." I'm like, okay, all right, we know it's a clown. Obviously, you guys know it's a clown, but this picture doesn't seem to know it's a clown.
Yeah, that was a little weak, and I'm glad the grown-ups were like, what?" If we're there, basically they take a bunch of pictures. They surprise, they make it out of there, only to go to the sheriff's. Or no, they go produce the photos, like you said, and then they're like, "Oh, we got proof now. Let's go to the sheriff." The sheriff that locked up the little girl's dad and sent the other one to the nut house. Let's take him to that guy.
Yeah.
And he's just looking at him. He's like, "Oh, this is just what is this? A bunch of bird shit on a grave? Okay, and what is this? Is this a statue of a whatever the hell this is? What is this?" He didn't believe it for 1 second,
Yeah.
which is kind of that's at least that part's consistent. Where they're like, I don't see anything here. You're full of shit."
Yeah. It would have been better though if the photos did have the fucking ghost face in them, but only the kids could see them.
Yeah, it just disappears when they show it to the grown. Like the one face was in there. It was just gone when he showed it to the other person.
What they want me to do to you, it's not gonna be pleasant.
You duck and cover
Whatever killed Teddy, Phil, and Susie, it came after us again last night in the cemetery.
and cover.
You'll have to go on record with the truth.
The truth is, I ain't do nothing to those kids.
Duck, cover, duck, cover, duck, cover, duck, cover, duck, cover, duck, cover.
Okay, so episode 4, I was really digging until we got to the part where the military guys bring in one of the Native Americans, one of the younger guys, and he like starts reading his mind and puts him in a memory with his aunt. And his aunt basically makes him recite the legend of the gobbledygoo or whatever.
Yeah, the gibbity gobbity Indian
Whatever
shit.
their name for the it is. And he starts telling it like it's the beginning of Lord of the Rings, but written poorly. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's
one of the most clunky exposition dumps I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it's not great. I knew as soon as you give answers to this shit, you get rid of one. The answer's never going to be as good as the mystery, and two, even if you did a really good job of explaining it, it's still going to suck. And whatever you had in your head is going to be way better than what they come up with.
Yeah.
And what they shown here was really kind of ham-fisted. Like
I
it was
feel
really
like
kinda
all
stupid.
this could have been like skipped with the guy just being like, you know, years ago or like a long time ago, like my tribe took shards from its asteroid and created a border around the woods where it can't leave.
Well, they kind of did that. That's exactly what
No, I'm saying like literally just that. Just say that.
Oh, that one sentence.
Don't show the entire 15 fucking minute diatribe that it was so fucking corny and the voiceover sucked. It really deflated that episode like hard.
Well, we kind of glossed over the fact that they did another flashback of when you find out the general and the Indian lady that owns the shop.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be she's being they were friends when they're in like 1908 when the other one of the feeding cycles happened, and
Honestly,
he goes to.
I was fine with that.
No, I'm not a problem with that. I'm saying we glossed over it. We kind of skipped to the other.
Yeah, I'm saying like out of like there's a couple of flashbacks. Like you see him as a little boy, and you see what seems to be like Pennywise's trailer or something. Like and there's just like there's like a trailer with the red balloons next to it, and it looks like a clown kid sitting on the steps. Which like is that a child Pennywise? That's stupid. Please don't do that.
Well, there's a theory for that, but I'll get into that later. But no, they do that flashback, and they go over the history of the general was a kid. He was a kid. He made friends with the Indian chick. They're actually kind of I don't know, for kids, a couple for a while, but then he left and he forgot everything.
Yeah.
So that's why he didn't know any of that. And then she saw her name and everything came flooding back. But they do a little thing where he runs into the forest and then he gets, he finds Pennywise or whatever you're calling it. And they do that little backstory. And then, what was I talking about that? Oh, that's why he gave him the slingshot. That's where it gives you the history of the slingshot that he gave to the guy to kind of
that's where he was using the slingshot to basically direct him to where it was, where Pennywise is.
Yeah.
They're trying to locate it. And there's also a scene where the general goes and sees the Native American woman in her like little antique shop. And he tells her that they're doing land surveys.
Yeah, she's trying to stop their whatever they're doing in the forest.
Yeah, because she knows what they're at risk of, unleashing.
So he's basically, he brings up all that memory. Oh, my memories came back and and then he's using that like, we're old friends, and he's secretly like, how do I get this bitch to stop? Like he's coming off like a scumbag in the show. He just wants to find this weapon, which they're doing a pretty good job. Like he doesn't seem evil. He just seems like, well, this weapon's going to help America. I don't really give a shit about
It seems like by the end of episode 4, like it almost seems like he's either like we need to either capture it or destroy it because it's too. This thing's too fucking powerful to just leave out in the world. And then Halloran is of the completely opposite, or he's becoming of the completely opposite opinion. He's like, maybe we should just leave this thing be. Yeah, he's starting to get like you were saying earlier. They get their own like the black soldiers get their own little base barracks or whatever to turn into like a clubhouse and like a place to work. And while he's putting stuff out into the Jeep, he sees his dead mother walking in the woods, and the only thing that like stops him from this thing escalating is the guy that doesn't have fear shows up. And he's got questions because his son got fucking attacked in the river and he saw everything. And his son was telling him that it was him pulling him down in the water, and he believes it.
Yeah. He's like, what the fuck's going on here? You got to tell me.
Yeah. What the fuck are we going after?
Yeah.
And so the stakes seem to be raising. Like, as much as I didn't really like the first 2 episodes, I'm liking the show more as it goes on, but I still don't know if I'm going to like it by the end of the show. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting angry at it like I was in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. It's a mixed bag. Do you know who that black guy is in the lore of the whole thing?
I thought it was Theo Huxtable.
That's your joke? That's what you're doing?
No, jokes aside, the guy who plays the fearless pilot, he really does look like he could be like
he does.
the Huxtable kids. Like,
I thought you were bringing it up because he died. I was like, well, come on, man. What are you doing?
No, that wasn't my joke.
Oh, okay. No, I mean,
that makes it even funny. I didn't think about that. I forgot about he died. I forgot he died at all.
Bad taste. Jesus. He died in damn water, too.
That was him trying to. It wasn't actually that kid's dad. It was actually with the Huxtables.
Bringing that kid down. Oh, that's bad. Come on, we can't. Let's not go for those cheap laughs around here.
They're so good.
Ugh, better than that.
I know, I'm not.
No, I mean the psychic black guy.
Oh, who is he? Like Halloran. I'm trying. Is he the grandfather or the dad of the black guy from It?
No. Oh, I don't know. There might be a connection there. No, that he's in a different Stephen King movie. Think about it, psychic guy.
Oh, is he supposed to be related to Coffee?
He is Coffee. And in The Shining?
No,
not Coffee. No,
that
the black
guy.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy from The Shining.
Guy. That's oh my god. You're right. That is his name is Dick Halloran. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's him.
I was thinking you were saying that was like
Coffee from the Green Mile?
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan's like son or something.
No, how does that? Well, yeah, that kind of makes he does have like weird powers, doesn't he?
Mr. God, Mr. Hanks, my son is a psychic at a military base.
I gotta get out of here because he's fighting an invisible clown.
You know when he's somebody, I gotta go heal my son and put the bees in me. What? Never mind.
That's what he sent Tom Hanks. He says, I gotta show you the evil in the world that I don't want to deal with anymore. My son's fighting a clown. You don't understand.
No, the actual vision he got was all the trans parades.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
And Twitch and TikTok. It was just a stream of TikTok videos. Oh no, please no. Stupid TikTok dances.
And then he made him live in it was like, and then he must have really hated Tom Hanks because he made him live to it. It's like 114 years old watching.
That was the real curse. He would have let him die if he actually cared.
He would have just broke his neck right then and there.
You don't want to see this future, boss.
Take my hand, boss. Crack.
I took him to a better place.
I did a service.
A world where there'll never be TikTok or Twitch.
Send me to a better place. Crack. There you go, boss.
A world where Taylor Swift doesn't exist yet.
So yeah, that's him from The Shining, and I guess this is not really his origin story, but just showing what he did before he got to get murdered by Jack Nicholson in some shit hotel.
Yeah. Let's see. In the second episode, we got
second or third or fourth.
I'm sorry. In the fourth episode, we also get what is the fearless pilot's name? I can't remember. His wife's name is Rose.
And I hate that character. I hate all activism shit. And I know it's just you either show those people to be annoying or secretly the hero. And I think they're just not showing her annoying enough.
No, I feel like they're doing a nice dose of both. Because it's like, yeah, she's in the right here, but she's also kind of being a prick about it. And it almost makes it like kind of puts you back and forth between liking her and disliking her.
Yes, that's a perfect way to put it. Like she seems like a good mom, a good person, but she's so annoying about the activism shit that it's like I can't root for you.
I think it's pitch perfect for the era.
Yeah, damn it, yeah, shit. Yeah, so I guess she's written very well.
I like her little like holding her bag and just being like, now do I need to make a call to have JFK, RFK, MLK, and all the other FKs up here on a bus?
Yeah.
And like, all right, this bitch is a little bit of a force to be reckoning with, and like the cop's reaction to that, where he's like, kind of taken back, but you can almost see that he's also a little turned on.
Well, no, that thing is where she wants to help the girl's dad, who's wrongly accused of killing those kids.
Who we learned actually wasn't at home the night of the killings, but was in fact fucking a white woman.
So, he's guilty. That just means he's guilty. That sucks.
Yeah,
I thought he was an innocent
go
man.
to the chair.
He is guilty. Can't let that thing go on in the 60s.
Give him the chair.
Kill him. Is he turned into Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber? Okay, kill him.
But yeah, you start to understand why he's not giving any information about where he was that night, because he was at a married white woman's house having sex with her. And if he tells the public where he actually was, they're going to lynch him. Very likely. That's what he believes.
Yes, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, which I'm like, ooh, that's good. Oh.
Yeah, I was like,
sucks for this guy.
I was like, you know what? Oh, damn it, that kind of works for this fucking time period, doesn't it? Shit. Or he would keep that to himself because one, nobody's gonna believe him. Two, they're gonna fucking lynch you for it. Which I don't know if that was still happening in the '60s.
It depends.
Was it?
It really depends.
Yeah.
It was in the South. It definitely would happen a lot more, dude.
Yeah, this is Derry. This is like in Maine, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what they say? Further north you get, the more south it gets.
There's some truth in that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, the further you get away from like the populated eastern seaboard, because like what people think of like the north or like the East Coast is more of like Boston, New York, Philadelphia, all those little coastal cities, and you don't think about Maine, like up in the up when you start getting up northern, like further northern, northeast, it really kind of does get back down like to the south, where there is still pockets of like, you know, something like they may have been pretending to be upright citizens for a while, but something happens and that shit comes right back out.
No, I've been to Connecticut. I've been to Vermont, like in the middle of fucking nowhere, and it's surprisingly liberal. They're like hippies.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's also nowadays too. This is back in the early '60s.
That's true. You got some like dirt hippie people that I don't know. And there's an army base, and I guess you got transplants and stuff like that. And they've already established in the show that there's like this pocket of racism, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not even like that. It's the overt racism of the South. It's just more of like, all right, we're supposed to treat y'all fair, but I still don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's better? I mean, I guess technically in the North you get less lynchings, but still, someone like up in this scenario specifically in the time period, lynching is the most unlikely scenario, I would say. The more likely scenario is what is known as the Marvin Gaye scenario, where the husband just shows up and blows this guy away with a fucking 12 gauge or something.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Well, in this, I think there's a couple of so-called racist things. It's Stephen King, so he sees the world in the most liberal bullshit way possible. But not even liberal, like super left fucking jerk-off way to see it, like cartoonishly bad.
Yeah.
But in this, I guess the shotgun theory would do it, but it's a Stephen King story, so I don't know what.
Yeah, so it's gonna be over the top, so they probably will try to lynch him or something. That's probably gonna happen at some point, or maybe he'll be oppressed by Pennywise at some point, and Pennywise will use that scenario against him, or even maybe that scenario against his daughter.
Yeah.
I think that like when they say shit like that, like this show, so far, like it's almost like it telegraphs what it's gonna scare the next character with, because it's almost like, yeah, this here's a terrible thing, and then like 5 minutes later, it's like, oh no, that terrible thing.
Yeah. Well, they did that episode 4, the end of episode 4 we haven't started talking about. They kind of foreshadowed that. But I still don't think that whole thing doesn't make any fucking sense. The little girl.
So the end of episode 4, you go back to the kids.
Well, do you want to talk about I know we sort of made fun of it, but do you want to talk about the backstory?
The Native Americans. Well, I feel like we kind of covered it for the most part.
No, we kind of made fun of it. It was just basically he was a comet that came here. That's what they think, millions of years ago.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And especially in the Stephen King universe, everything's like a dimensional bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then this Indian tribe that came, he was feeding on animals and their fear, and then this Indian tribe came upon it, and they found a piece of the comet that that he came in, and apparently he's afraid of it, or that's what kept him in, or they think maybe some other civilization. I don't know how these Indians would know this, but they think that's how they captured it and kept him in there, and that's what his prison was until he came here and broke out of it. That was said in the show. I don't know
Yeah,
what the hell.
I really didn't like anything that was shown in this fucking flashback. It was
Well,
like I said earlier, it was so clunky too.
Yeah, I don't. So then, the Indian tribe, they take this piece, this shard or whatever, and they use it to keep it at bay, I guess, because he's not at full power. He's just, feeding on animals and any poor human that seems to walk through and uses your fear to kill you. So, but then, of course, the white man comes, and then they don't listen to any of the warnings those brave Indians told them. So he just starts feeding off the white people and getting stronger and stronger. So to the point where they're afraid he's just going to go off into the world. He won't be stuck in the woods. So the brave Indian princess, or whatever the hell she was, takes a group of other stupid kids. It's always a group of kids that has to fight it for some reason. Into the
Because
forest,
they are
and
without fear, Ken.
they're always then
I don't know.
he eats the kids. He feeds on the kids. That's all he mostly feeds on, his children. So, of course, these assholes go in there, and their parents are like, oh, man, these idiots, we got to go save them. All the parents get killed, but they're able to take up all the shards or whatever, this, I don't know, asteroid glass.
Yeah,
whatever
it
you
looks
call
like it almost looks
It
like
looks
the
like
asteroid.
Dragonstone.
Yeah, it looks like or dragon glass, obsidian. It looks like
Yeah.
a big like spiky. It looks like the spaceship that Superman came to Earth on, but made of obsidian. It's like a big
So wait,
spike ball.
Is Pennywise just a White Walker? Just some clown makeup?
No, he's a fear demon.
No, that would have been cooler if they mixed the two worlds. Stephen King would try. He would absolutely fucking try.
And that's when Rob Stark shows up and beheads Pennywise. It's like, where did he come from? It's a thinny.
Winter is coming. Oh, what? What does that even mean?
It's March.
Why? Winter's not that
Well,
bad. We don't really care.
Next winter is coming. It'll just be a while.
Yeah. It's Maine. Winter comes every year. What do what the fuck?
We live on Earth. What do you live on?
You're like
binary
5'6".
star or
Get
something?
out of here, you nerd. Why are you wearing that coat? This is so stupid.
What's with your
I don't
big
even-
dog?
Yeah. Why are you carrying a sword? It's 1962.
Yeah, we have guns, you retard.
Idiot. Why do you smell like dragon piss?
Why did you let your sister kill the bad guy, you fucking pussy?
Pussy. Is that your wife? Is that your wife or your aunt, nerd?
Oh, your wife, your aunt, or your nemesis? Which one? Pick one, goddammit.
Why do you keep stabbing her either with your knife or your dick? This is disgusting. This is such a horrible idea. So yeah, the little kids, I guess they pick up shards from the asteroid or the glass asteroid, and they decide to build this barrier around the forest.
How does
he's
that
in.
work?
I don't know. I don't get it.
So just the shard being near makes the thing go, I don't like that.
Even though it's in the place that he lives, and he broke out of this thing.
Yeah.
And it was a dome. It just had an opening in the dome that he was in, and he could easily get out of that.
Yeah. Also, they just buried the shards. How does, I don't like tuna, like canned tuna.
Mm-hmm.
But if you encircled my house with buried cans of tuna, it wouldn't keep me from crossing the cans. Like, I'd be like, why'd they do that? Why?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, let's say like you have some kind of fear of tuna.
No.
You were put in a tuna coffin
I mean, maybe.
and shot into another planet. Come on.
But
He's like,
like,
"Oh, man,
there's nothing to ever tell us that it works like an electrical fence. Like that's my point. Like it's the shards of the thing that literally encased him.
And isn't all this Indian shit like from the second movie? Like they was proven to be he was lying about it the whole time.
I
Like, it
honestly
didn't
don't
work
remember the
anyway.
second movie.
That's what it was. It's like that's why they go off on all these quests, and they all do this weird little shit to gather things. And because he found this Indian scroll or wherever the hell it was, and then he goes like, and it doesn't work. He was like, oh, I thought this. he basically said, "Oh, I didn't make it up, but it didn't say it would kill him." I thought he says, "I thought it would work." It's like, so you just based this whole thing on a lie.
Well, in the first movie, don't they beat him by just like shit talking him?
They stand up to him. They
Yeah, it's just like, you're a fucking pussy. It's like, that's pretty funny. Like, that's all it takes to like beat this thing. It's like, fuck you, your mama sucks, you're ugly, I hate you, no one likes you.
yeah.
Like,
Well, then whatever they have in their hand, they say, well, if I believe this, this pencil kills bad guys, or if I shove it into you, it'll put acid into your blood. It'll actually happen. I don't know how that works.
I don't like that, but like, I do like the fact that you beat the fear demon through just like talking down to it and shitting on it and like berating it. Like, that is actually a great way to defeat this thing. Gets in your fears. How do you defeat fear? You tell it to go fuck itself. Like,
I know, but it's just, you beat the thing by not being afraid of it. Then I don't know.
but you have to truly not be afraid of it, not just act like you're not afraid of it. I think that's the trick. You got to truly not be afraid of it anymore. Dude, I hope the show ends with the fearless pilot guy just doing your mama jokes. Pull a mic out, it just turns into Live at the Apollo. He's like,
Yeah.
I pull my dick out, the whole room goes dark. It's like starts to Cedric the Entertainer and Bernie Mac lines at the fucking.
Well, I don't understand that little kid. Was it Mikey, the first kid you see get killed by Pennywise? Like, he wasn't afraid of him until he bit his arm off. Like, that's not how, he wasn't afraid of him until
Georgie.
Yeah.
He was afraid. That's why he was like, I don't know. And he's like, come on, Georgie, do it. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, and then he bites his arm off.
But he wasn't trying to scare him. He's trying to lull him into grabbing the thing.
I think a dude showing up in a storm drain going, hi, Georgie. I think that scares you, especially if you're a little kid. You're like, oh my God.
The initial thing was he was making him laugh and shit. Like, it was, oh, you go pop, 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 pop. And the kid starts laughing and then he starts drooling from the mouth.
As much as like the show kind of annoys me with its continuity with the movies, because it's kind of hard. Like, I'll be honest, it's kind of hard to keep track of what's continuity, because I remember the '90s miniseries way better than I remember the
same
newer movies. So, and they're not a 1-for-1. So I've got to go back and watch it, chapter 1 and 2. I have chapter 1 on Blu-ray.
Well, the second one, literally, like, all the Indian shit that they were trying to do and the ritual was like all bullshit, and that's why everything goes horribly wrong up until they're like, oh wait, maybe we just don't fear this thing. So now they're like incorporating the Indian shit that was supposed to be fake in the second movie, so nothing makes any fucking sense.
Well, like I said, I'd have to go back and watch, because I don't remember what their Indian shit said, because it may not have anything to do with this.
I might be wrong. It's just like the whole premise of the second movie is where the head, the guy that actually remembered and stayed in, the black dude, the guy who does the Old Spice commercials, like, oh, I found this Indian.
What was his name? Isaiah Johnson?
That sounds fake. It's just, I found this like Indian ritual thing or whatever, and you find out when they all do the ritual, nothing happens, and it doesn't stop them at all. He's like, well, I thought it would work. It doesn't really say it's to kill, and he does everybody does all this shit, and it didn't do anything. He's still able to kill him. So I don't know why they have all this Indian stuff in there. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to go back and watch before the next episode comes out. I'm going to go back and watch the two of those. I really liked the first one. The kid part of the first movie, fantastic. But they just fucking biff the adult part so bad in part 2.
Yeah, and I don't know why the movie, the TV version in the 80s, was just did a way better job of making them more memorable, making the scenes more intense.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't the ending of the TV version, they literally just get so pissed off at it that it like runs from them, and they run it down and just beat it to death and rip its lungs out and shit, and just like start holding.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. That's really literally it.
That's great. I love that ending. That's such a great ending. Just, fuck you! They just start chasing it down, just stomping it, and you fucking stupid giant spider! I fucking hate your guts. Spray it in the face with Raid.
Wait, is that what do you mean the movie version or the TV
The
version?
TV version, I vividly remember them like ripping out its heart and holding it up and going, ah, like that's how they kill it at the end.
Well, it was like a giant spider. They just start fucking.
Yeah, they like rip off its legs and shit, and they just like start ripping it apart and take out its organs.
And they start stabbing it with random shit.
Yeah,
it's-
I'm like, this is metal. This is fucking metal, bro. This is the way you kill a fear demon. You just go, fuck you, and you just stab it to death. Like, oh, you're obviously not afraid of me. I have no power. So the way episode 4 ends, because we're getting at 45 minutes here. I'm gonna try to trim it down.
Yeah, you have some shit to trim.
The way episode 4 ends is the kids, the Mean Girls Club, plan to play a prank on the crazy girl, and have her go present herself to one of the jocks. Like they tell her that he likes her and stuff and wants to ask her out. And she's going to the bathroom to get like primped up, and her nerdy friend starts, her eyes start bulging. They were watching a film of the slugs that get the parasite that make their eye stalks bulge, and then the birds eat them, and then like there's like this whole parasite cycle. So her eyes start bulging, and she like freaks out and runs out of the bathroom, goes into the fucking wood shop, and like chops off her own eyes with the
Well, they're like-
bandsaw.
They're like, yeah, they're coming out of her eye like 5 inches. Like, yeah, how does that work? Like, this is why I hate this whole fucking. It's real and it's not real. It's in your head. It might be real. You know, her eyes are bulging out of her head. I guess it's painful enough for her to want to saw them off. And I don't know how she can see the bandsaw through these fucking weird eyeball. And not only that, like, if it's not real, it's in her head, then what is she sawing when she's doing that?
Well, you see after she stops freaking out, the first thing she does, she gets a chisel, and she stabs herself in the eye with a chisel. But that doesn't work, so then she goes to the bandsaw and saws off her 2 eye stalks.
Well, she saws off like one, and then
and
then
then
both. I don't remember.
I thought she got both. It didn't matter. But when she's laying on the ground and her friend's like trying to stop her from like stabbing herself in the eyes further, like, and for some reason she grabs the chisel instead of just throwing it as far away as possible so she can't get a hold of it. She grabs it and holds it up like this. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. And that's when everybody comes in and you see her nerdy friend. Her eye is fine except for the eye that presumably she stabbed with the chisel. It looks like she actually did stab herself in the eye with a chisel. And so it's like, okay, I guess if she hadn't have done that, she would have been fine. But
it was just weird. I don't know why all of a sudden this chick and her eyes doing that. It's just
yeah, she didn't know about Pennywise at all.
no. And then he could have just came out of the bathroom and attacked the other one.
Or wait, did that girl tell her about like what she actually saw?
Yeah, in the movie theater, but she knows about maybe a baby or something like that. But the other one's like, no, I don't want to hear this. You sound like a nut bar. All you got to do is like ignore all this.
Maybe that's enough.
I don't know. It just seems stupid. Why would she need to be in this?
The episode, like, it had some cool parts and then it had some really stupid parts. And the whole river sequence with the dad, like all like with the black soldiers, that stuff was all good, and it like really like hyped you up for the episode because you're like, all right, maybe this show's getting its legs finally. And then the Native American shit happens, and then the weird fucking eye stalk scene happens, and then you're like, okay, maybe not.
Yeah, it seems like they do some stuff right, and then they gotta like add lore or try to answer some questions maybe, and it's just like you didn't need to do that.
Yeah,
you could have just like made it keep it a mystery and like, look, we don't know. We know this thing's here. It's evil. It eats kids. We don't know where the fuck it came from, why it does what it does, how to stop it, but we got to do something. Boom, bam. That's your show.
I almost wish they would have saved the Native American shit for like a later season because they said they're gonna keep going back further in time with each season. Do that as like season 3 or 4, like as the whole season, so I can just skip it. So I don't have to see any of that shit. Like,
So that's pretty much it for that. But the theory going back to that girl in the clown makeup, there's a theory that that's kind of a helper. Like, you know, when his son looked out the window, he saw what looked like Pennywise, like as a shadow.
oh, that was a great scene too, where you talking about where he's looking through the telescope.
Yeah.
That was a great scene because he's looking out at the stars and he's like boring, and he starts looking at the neighbors, and then he looks down at the tree in his front yard, and Pennywise with his fucking glowing yellow eyes. You can see that it's the obvious silhouette of the clown just standing there. You're like, oh shit! Like, it actually kind of like made me jump scare. I was like, oh fuck! Like,
Well, there's a theory where that's not Pennywise. That's the remember when the flashback with the girl in the clown makeup.
yeah, but I don't know. We'll see.
I've heard that theory where it's actually the grown up chick that's been helping the crazy girl. There's two theories that girl doesn't really exist and the girl's actually nuts, where she's actually seeing her and she's not really there.
Oh,
She's
you talking
like,
about the one where she goes meets her at a diner and is like taking notes?
Yeah. But she was also in the nut house. It was like the only nice person she met. So it always seems like it's just her and talking to each other. There's no other interaction. Like, who the hell is this chick?
Yeah.
And so there's that theory where that girl's just in the crazy girl's head. It's how she copes with going to the nut house.
I hope not.
And well, the other theory is that this girl is actually kind of helping Pennywise, where she dresses up like a clown. That could have been her, because if you look at the silhouette, yeah, at first glance it looks like Pennywise, but it looks way more like the silhouette of her in the clown makeup. The girl in the clown makeup, the way the hair is, it looks way more like that one than when you look at Pennywise's silhouette.
Maybe, but the eyes were glowing, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll
Were they
we'll
glowing?
find
I
out.
thought it was just like a
the eyes,
shadow. I don't
it was like a shadow, but the eyes were glowing yellow. Like,
really?
like from
Okay.
the-
Okay. Then yeah, all right, I'm just saying what some of these theories are. It's just like it. Just
I mean, it
seems dumb
still
enough to be.
could be that. Like, I mean, I guess that could be an interesting layer if they decide to add like essentially another familiar, like with the old guy from that went to the nut house and comes back with the fucking razor blade.
Oh yeah. I forget his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it could be another thing like that. But I don't think so. I think that was Pennywise. That doesn't, however, discount that woman working with him. So
Yeah, or she's just evil, or she just, maybe she's just a clown person. Who knows?
she's just a juggalo. before there were juggalos, she's the OG juggalo.
I did it before it was not really cool, but
I was
people were
into
doing
clowns and hip hop before there were clowns or hip hop. Well, I like these episodes better than the first two. I'm still, as I said earlier, I'm still not completely sold on the show, but I'm at least having some fun. So I think I'll keep up with it. We'll keep going with it.
Same. I'm not hating it. It's just like the first one was like, all right, you're kind of changing some of the rules here and like on the fly. And it doesn't really make sense. But
sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. I'm the same. I was like, that's kind of what's taking me out of it. But I hate Stephen King, so
I do hate him as a person too.
As a person, I hate him.
Most of his books are trash, but he has written a few good ones. Well, guys, let us know down in the comments below what you guys think of episodes 3 and 4 of It Welcome to Derry. We're gonna keep doing this. If you like these episodes of us keeping up with the shows that we care about or somewhat care about, make sure you hit that like button and hype it and tell your friends. We need to get to that 1,000 before New Year so Ken will show his face. Okay? Tell your friends. We're so close. We're so goddamn close.
I've given up hope. Every fucking sub we get, we lose 3. How does that work?
That's because Semper keeps showing up.
Yeah, let's keep Semper out of here.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Where we'll keep up with this and Pluribus as well. If you haven't yet, there's an episode of us talking about the first couple episodes of Pluribus, the new Vince Gilligan show. Not certain if it's coming out before or after this. Probably after.